Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today, I didn't really have a whole lot of inspiration, but I did need a child's card for a boy. I don't have any of those in my stash right now. So I looked on Pinterest, and I found one from Stampin' Up! In 2014, a dinosaur made out of shapes. So I'm going to try and recreate that and add my own little bit of style to it. This is an old technique and I haven't used it in a long time, so let's give it a go. I'm going to make a tan or a cream colored card today. This measures 10 inches by 7 inches. I scored it at the 5-inch line, folded it and creased it with my bone folder. And then I have some patterned paper. This looks like a brown paper bag, but it's just patterned paper. This measures 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And then another piece of green patterned paper. It's kind of an olive green. This I used to GinaK's Master Layouts 8 to cut this out. But if you don't have that, this measures 4 3/8 by 6 3/8. And we'll give this a nice little edge around that brown border. And then for the white, this is 4 1/2 by 6 1/2, and mine does have the stitched border, and I don't think you can see that on camera very well. But you don't need to have a stitched border, and that's kind of how that's going to go together. And then I went through I have these folders that I keep my scraps of paper in, and I went through my greens and pulled out a couple pieces that I thought might look like a dinosaur. The polka dot, but I don't think I have enough to do the dinosaur and polka dot. So I thought this green, it looks kind of yellow here on camera, but this is a nice medium green and it has some green stripes. This is what I'm going to make my dinosaur out of, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. I pulled out a piece of brown just in case. And then I need a scrap piece of white and a scrap piece of black. So let me get started. The first thing I'm going to do is ink blend my background, and then I can get rid of my waffle flower grip mat here. Yeah, pardon that. Now I'm going to make kind of a sky background. I need to move my scrap paper over. And for that, I like to blend Tim Holtz's Distress Oxide in the tumbled glass and the broken china. So I'm going to grab my blue brush, and on the back of my white scrap here, I'm just going to rub off. I'm going to start with the tumbled glass, and I want this to be light and airy and look like clouds. So I am going to hit and miss and leave some spots uncolored. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of the broken china. I don't want this to be too bold today. I just want it to be subtle. Just kind of airy. This is for a young boy. All right. Set those up here off to the side. I have to find a good place to set things once I'm done with it. So I am done ink blending, if you can believe that. I do have a little bit of ink blending to do once I cut out pieces, but I'll use my smaller grip mat for that. And I'm just cleaning this with a little bit of water and a wet rag. And that china blue is a real juicy pad. Okay, put the covers back on. Pardon me. Okay. And got the covers back on that. Okay, now I'm going to cut out our dinosaur pieces parts. And after I put my brush away and clean up a little bit of blue that I got on my mat. Okay, now I have picked several different parts from several different companies. Let's get my green here. I need my green, my white, and my black. I want this to be a birthday card, so I've I got this happy birthday die. I got this from Amazon a few years back. And then for my dinosaur, I have this circle die. This is from Darice. It came in a pack of circles before they started calling them nesting dies. I don't know what they call it now. But this measures 2 3/4. So I need a circle. And then I have 2 ovals. These came from the Stampendous Build a Pop-Up die set. This oval measures, let's see here. It's about a 2.5 inch by 1.5 inch. And then the smaller is 1 and I'll move it up here where you can see it. It is about 1 3/4 by 1 and, well, it can't be 1 3/4 because it's not a square. It's a little over 1.5 in height. And then out of the white, I need a heart and number 2 because I'm going to color that in. Don't need my googly eyes yet. But I do need, let's see, I don't think I have enough room on here. Oh yeah, I do. This is an odd die. I think it's like a scenery for, this probably is like a pile of snow, but I thought it would make a cute tooth. So I need to cut 2 of those. So I'll do 1 now. And then for the spikes on the back of the dinosaur, I don't really have anything spiky, but this flower set from Spellbinders, I thought this flower would give me 5 spikes at once. And so I probably need to cut that twice. And I want to cut that out of the center. See if I have room on my mat here. Let's move everything over. Out of the center of my green cardstock. So maybe if I put it down here and then put it right there. Yeah. All right, so at least I'll get 1 out of this. I'm going to run it through my Anna Griffin machine here. It's a long mat, so it takes a while to cut it all out. Okay, and we'll put those back on here. Well, let's get my magnet. Aren't you coming? You're really stuck in there. These old ones may not be quite as magnetic as the new ones. So I've got the circle for the face and his mouth and snout. 1 set of teeth, or not teeth, but spikes on his back. So I need to cut that again. And my birthday, I'll set that aside. I just need 1 heart, but I need 2 teeth. And I think I'll do 2 number 2s just to make that a little thicker. Okay. All right. I am done cutting out. So now I have 10 spikes, which I don't think I'll need any more than that. And I've got 2 teeth and 2 number 2s. All right, set those back on my mat, but this one I'll put back where it goes. At the end of the video, I'll include a still photo of what I have done to the wall behind me. I put magnets on it, and then I took my shape dies and my master layouts, and I have put them on the wall so that they're right there when I need them. And I can see them, just turn around and see them. So I see what I have without having to dig through piles of things. All right. Now I'm going to build this dinosaur. It's going to seem strange, but the heart is where his eyes are going to be. I mean, this is an old technique, and this is an old Stampin' Up. I believe they did it with punches, which I'm going to do a little bit here with punches. But I want to show you that you can use what you have and make it into something different. Who'd have ever thought that I'd be using a snowbank for teeth and a flower for spikes on a dinosaur? You just never know. Okay. Now, I do need to use a punch. And this is a very old Fiskars punch. It's a circle punch. And I need to cut out 4 black circles. And this one, it stores them in the bottom, which I thought was kind of nice. All right. Once I get them cut, I will show you what size these are. These are about a little over 1/2 inch. I'm going to pull them down here, and they are 6/16, which would be 3/8 of an inch. No, bigger than that. 8, 10/16, so 5/8 of an inch. And these are going to be glued right in the corners of the heart. I'm just going to leave this open. These are his eyes. Well, not all of his eyes, but it's going to outline the googly eyes and make them show a little bit better. I won't put the googly eyes on until I put it together. Now I need my teeth. And these are going to hang out here. So what I'm going to do is I did find my Scotch tape yesterday after I was done videoing. And I'm just going to put a little bit of Scotch tape on there to hold one tooth like that. And it actually, it does look like a tooth. I'm kind of surprised. Not too bad. He's going to have 2 teeth. I want to get spacing. I think, if I put him like this, yeah, that's where I want the other one to be. Get creative with your shapes. I thought this idea was so cute when I saw it. And now this is going to go behind here, but I want to pop this up. But this is going to get glued down. So I want to see, oh, I got to put his nose pieces on here. He has to have nostrils to breathe. And I'm using the larger of the ovals for this piece. Okay. And this is going to go up there. And I want it to pop up above here, right about there. So I have some round pop-up dots. I'm just going to put them here. Now, when I get to the back, this is all going to be hand cutting. Let's see if I want to get him. That'll look good, I think, right there. All right. So now I can put the other foam on here. And I'll put 3 on just because. All right. So that I want to go like that. And look at that cute little head. All right. Now he's going to go here, but I need to give him a back. So let's see. Where's my... I'm going to cut. And this is going to be all by hand. Okay. Let me see what I can do. Wishful thinking here. I'm going to kind of, let's see, if his neck starts here, I'm going to kind of curve down and out. I don't know how much I'm going to need. That'll be good, but now I need to narrow it, but have a thick part down here. Thick, 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 and then go narrower. If this doesn't look right, I'll get another piece of paper. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Okay, I'll go with it. I'm going to glue that on, and then I'll trim off the ends once I've got this all down. Let's see, where do I want his head? Right about there. All right, so now I had more glue than I needed. Try not to get glue too much on my scissors. But I'll wipe that off real quick here with the wet one that I have. All right. Okay. Now, well, I'm going to put his head right about there, I think, because I need to leave room. He looks like he's got a arched neck. Now, I do want to pop him up a little bit, but not as high as what I did for the foams. So I'm going to put this around, because then I still have to put on his spikes. Okay. And I'll put his eyes on when the card is on the back. Okay, I got those two pieces off. All right, figure out again where I want his head placement. That looks pretty good. He's just kind of like looking around the corner at you. And now, yeah, I did go with these spikes. So, okay, where's my other flower spike? Here we go. I'll get my smaller scissors for this one, because I'm just going to cut these off. I'm going to cut all 10. I probably won't need all 10. Just going to go along his back and some up on the top of his head. I thought this way I'd show you don't really need a whole lot of products to make a card if you want to give it a go. Now these little pieces I'm going to put up on his head. I'm going to lift them up. So I'm just going to get little pieces of foam that I'm cutting. Let's see, 3. I'll do 5 on his head just to see. It may be too many. All right, so let's see where I want them. Before I glue them down, I'm just going to put some spikes along here. Kind of looks like an ear, doesn't it? I don't know if dinosaurs had ears. I know that one can go over because it's going to stick out. Let's see. Yeah, I think I need one more popped up here. And I did cut 5, so that's good. All right, so I know where these are going. So I am going to put the base card together now and then get him all assembled. Now this is just pattern paper, so it's not very thick, just your usual pad of paper. I think this came from a pad probably from Joann Fabrics years ago. Or a garage sale. I buy a lot of scrapbooking stuff and card making stuff at garage sales, yard sales. Okay, and where did I put that piece of green? Okay. Hello, green, that I cut you out of. Oh, there it is. Upside down, so I didn't see it. . 'Cause Easy to misplace things in plain sight sometimes. Now this one. Okay, so let's take all those off. And once I get his googly eyes on there, I think that'll really give him a little bit of character here. And just the green is just going to give a hint of an outline to the blue. All right, now let's get his horns on here. I don't know what they call them in dinosaurs. I probably used to know back when I studied them in school, but that has been quite a while now. So look at your dies. What could you possibly make out of it that is not what it was intended for? And looking through Pinterest really gave me this cute idea for this card. I'll link to the card that I found. It was from a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I believe. So I want to give her credit for inspiring me to make the same card pretty much, only adding a few different things. Just one of those days. And then I needed a boys card, and I didn't feel like turning on my Cricut. I could have easily done that. I think I've got one more. Should I put one over here? Or is that too many? That's too many. That makes it look more like ears, and I don't want to do that. So let's get those googly eyes on. And these are, I measured these, 1/2 inch Google eyes. And they just fit inside that black punch to give it a little bit of character. And I want to do a little bit of white gel pen on his nostrils, but I'm not real sure about that. I think I need a little bit more glue on there just to play it safe. Now I do have the happy birthday. That's just going to come down here. And yeah, it'll fit. I didn't think when I was putting the face on that I should have left a little bit more room. I'm going to use that scrap paper here. And I got the Velcro on here for a reason. Let's use it. Now this is, I probably could have cut this die out twice just to make it a little bit more stable. But since I'm gluing it flat and I've got a lot of dimension already with the dinosaur itself, that one layer should be sufficient. I'm just going to get my tweezers here. Put the happy birthday down here. I'm going to color the number 2, but I need to make sure that this is the second birthday and not the third birthday before I put that on there. But let me get my little white gel pen here. Find one that works. I had a terrible time with that the other day. Aha! First try. Okay, where do we need a nostril? I think down here. Oh, that's not too bad. I think I'm going to get a very small blending brush here. And I'm going to use some Adirondack pesto. This is a Ranger color. I'm going to see what it looks like on the screen. Okay, I'm going to add just a little shadowing to the back of this guy. And then around the head and then the nose, just to add a little texture. The texture was not on the original card that I saw. And I may use the same color to do the number 2. Let me get that tweezers out of the way. Sometimes errant noises just drive me batty. All right. That is adding a little dimension to them. Kind of brings the layers out a little bit more, I think. I'm just going to go around the side. I'm going to go in a little bit more on the side of the snout, just to make it more pronounced. And then just a little bit down here. And then on the bottom, without getting his teeth green. So he could have just been eating a plant. Okay. Yeah, that added just a little bit of texture. He almost needs it on the bottom of him too. Let's put it down here. All right. Now I have a black gel pen that I brought over. Not a gel pen, but a Wink of Stella. I want to see. All right, I'm going to try it on the nose. On his little nostrils. That'll give him a little sparkle. And I won't go over the white gel pen that I just did, which in hindsight, those little nose openings could have been left off. All right, and then I have my clear Wink of Stella that I'm going to put on his teeth because he's got a sparkle. And then I'll go a little bit on the white around the googly eyes, or wiggle eyes, I think is the technical term for them. Now, I did bring a little Twinkle icicle stickles. I want to see, where's those little scraps? Here's an ear. I want to see how it would look on the ear before I actually do it on the whole dinosaur. If it would look good or not. Well, now, tweezers back. And if I did a sparkle, yeah, I think that would look all right. So let me do that. I'm just gonna put a little bit on each of his horny, I almost said horny toad, but that's like a, I don't know. If somebody out there knows, tell me what these things are called on a dinosaur. Now, see, I don't think Wink of Stella and probably, I don't know how long Stickles have been around, but when the original of this card was done in 2014, it was just basic. It wasn't shaded or anything. So I know that would have probably been one of the first cards I made, was just basic shapes and no extra embellishments. So I think there is a way that, I mean, you can take an older style and make it your own. That actually looks good sparkly. And it's kind of golden. And it's going to just draw a kid's eye in, I think. Now, I am going to take the lid and put back on here. Here it is. I'm going to color that number 2 in, I believe, that pesto. Yeah. Let me just see. See, I didn't even need to get out my smaller mat because I just did that shading on the card. But I will get out my smaller mat for coloring this. And I don't know if I want to do the pesto or if I want to get an alcohol ink marker. This is just my 6-inch one and one of my long hairs. Okay, let me see if I have an alcohol ink marker that is similar in color. Oh, this one might work. Okay, I'm going to try it because I have 2 of these cut out, so I don't want to do that on my mat. Okay. Well, let's just get rid of my mat. I'm too afraid that I'm going to put alcohol ink on it, and I have never done that. It may not damage it at all, but what I paid for these, I don't want to chance it. I'll have to ask the company, Waffle Flower, does alcohol ink damage these mats? If I get one that gets really old and I need to get a replacement, then I might try it out. Now that's fairly dark, so I think I'm going to, what do you think? That doesn't look very bright and shiny. Maybe if I stickle it, I don't know. Let's see. We're just going to stickle it also. This might end up being more a card for a girl, but I think a young child would like sparkle and glitter and shiny objects. I don't know. I'm kind of getting out of touch with the younger generation. My nieces and nephews are all grown up and have children of their own. So I do have great nieces and nephews. The youngest one just started kindergarten, kindergarten yesterday. I don't get to see her very often. All right. That's glittered. Glitter. Oh, you can't see that. I'm sorry. That was totally offline. I don't know how that'll look on there. I'm just going to place it over there with my tweezers. As I said, I'm not going to glue that down. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Until I find out the child is 2 or is it 3, 4. I'm pretty sure it's 2, but this is where it's going. So this is my card for today. Get out your die cuts and experiment. Did you think you could get a dragon out of those pieces? I never would have. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Trying to end the recording.